Okay, so here's the question. Which channel is better for e-commerce? Google Ads or Facebook ads? Well, believe it or not, it's a question I get on a pretty regular basis, and it's not always from people that you'd expect. But why not pursue both channels? Well, frankly, because sometimes pursuing both isn't currently an option. That's typically true for businesses that have either limited ad dollars or limited bandwidth. Okay, so you may not feel like you have the time to master and monitor more than one channel right now. And you worry that if you split the budget between the two platforms, you'll end up getting a lower return than if you focused on just one channel for now. Look, those are valid thoughts. It's actually a question I get from people a lot. So, okay, if I had to make a blanket recommendation without considering any factors surrounding your e-commerce business, I'd probably lean toward Google Ads. Why? Well, because of Google Shopping primarily. I mean, there's just no easier way right now to drive sales for e-commerce. So if your time or your budget is limited and you need to drive new sales, this is typically the best place to start. But there are other factors that you might consider before jumping right into it. For example, do you already have existing traffic coming to your site? If so, your first step should be to maximize the return from that traffic with bottom of funnel and middle of funnel campaigns. As an aside, here's a part one of a three-part series where I explain how to build bottom of funnel, middle of funnel, and top of funnel campaigns. So if you already do have existing traffic, really to get the biggest bang for your buck is to set up bottom of funnel and middle of funnel campaigns in Google and in Facebook. If you do it right, budget really shouldn't be a concern. And just about any bandwidth should be able to handle those types of campaigns in more than one channel. So if you have existing traffic, you should use bottom and middle of funnel campaigns to fund the top of funnel campaigns. And to get the biggest bang for your buck, you really should set up bottom of funnel and middle of funnel campaigns in Google and in Facebook. If you do it right, the budget really shouldn't be a concern, and just about any bandwidth should be able to handle it. The idea behind this strategy is that if you do have existing traffic, then you need to use that traffic and the money that you get from it, the profit that you get from it, to fund the top of funnel campaigns in order to gain new traffic and new sales. That benefits you from a cash flow perspective and from a strategic perspective. Don't make the mistake of starting with top of funnel ads. On the other hand, if you don't have any existing traffic, for example, if you've just opened a brand new store, I would still recommend setting up bottom and middle funnel campaigns first. But if you're just absolutely pressed for time and budget, then you could start with Google Shopping instead. Another factor to consider is, do you have a compliance issue or a compliance factor? Some products just don't play nice with certain channels, and it's not always the same products for all channels. For example, Google has really strict restrictions in place for health-related ads that make bottom and middle funnel retargeting pretty much impossible. In that case, it's really best to just follow the path of least resistance. Focus on the channel that makes life the easiest for you or that has the fewest restrictions for your products. Having said that, most products can be advertised on some level in most channels. So once you make the most out of the easiest of the two channels, then circle back and look for ways to get onto the other one. And look, don't discount Bing. If you can't do much on Google, max out what you can with Bing since their rules are usually less restrictive. Okay, another question to ask is, do you have a natural draw to one channel over the other? If you just like one better, or if you have a natural draw to one over the other, then just go for it. It could be that you really just get one channel better, or you understand the nature of that particular beast a little better. Maybe you get how it works, or you understand how the people there are attracted to different types of content, and it just makes more sense in your mind. Or maybe you've already invested time in learning about one of the two, or you've already gotten familiar with the interface. If any of those are true and you feel like you just need to pick one, then again, follow the path of least resistance for now and then circle back to the other channel down the road. And hey, if none of the issues I've talked about apply to you and you still don't know where to start, just flip a coin. If you follow my free training or my paid training on either channel, you're going to see results. So it really doesn't matter where you start. But let me emphasize, it is best if you can start from the bottom of the funnel on both channels at the same time and work your way up from there. Unless you have a really compelling reason not to do that, I strongly recommend pursuing both Google and Facebook ads simultaneously from the bottom of your funnel and working up from there. All right, if you want to read more about this, you can see a link below to the blog. There's also a way to register for my free e-commerce training that teaches beginner, intermediate, and advanced techniques on how to maximize returns with Google and Facebook ads. We'd love to see you as part of the training, so be sure to register for that on the site. All right, thanks for watching.